Welcome to the deep dive. Today so let's look at how they kick things off. The notes specify a mandatory 5-minute warm-up. Now, this isn't just killing time, is it?
No, definitely not. It's designed very specifically to prime the body, actively prime it.
So what are the key components? What gets the heart rate up and prepares those big lower body muscles and joints?
It's a quick, focused mix.
Oh,
Some light cardio, some dynamic stretching.
okay.
It starts right away with about 2 minutes of continuous movement. First, you've got jog in place, maybe alternating with high knees.
Makes the blood flowing.
Exactly. Then straight into a full minute of jumping jacks. It's like a cardiovascular wake-up call.
And then here's where it gets interesting. It shifts into specific dynamic movements, more targeted prep.
Right. Designed to mobilize the hips, increase that range of motion before you load them. We see hip circles listed.
30 seconds each direction, it says here.
Yeah, mobilizing the joint. And then those leg swings, really crucial.
Why are those so important?
Well, the leg swings are vital for mobility, obviously, but also, frankly, for preventing injury later, especially when you hit the jump squats.
Okay. Makes sense.
You're swinging forward for hamstrings, side to side for the inner and outer thighs, the adductors and abductors, about 30 seconds for each leg, covering those different planes.
Got it. And the warm-up finishes with 1 minute of bodyweight squats. Slow and controlled, they specify.
Yes, and that's a smart transition. That minute isn't just warming up the muscles like the jogging. It's like rehearsing the main event.
Rehearsing the movement pattern you're about to do under fatigue.
Precisely. It's neuromuscular prep. Helps lock in that good form, chest up, weight back in the heels before the intensity ramps up and technique might start to, slide.
Okay, warm-up done. Now we get into the core structure, the real engine room of this thing.
Mm-hmm. The main workout.
It's built for intensity. 3 full rounds of exercises performed back-to-back. This must be where the time efficiency gets pretty brutal.
Oh, absolutely. And we have to talk about the rest periods, or the lack of them almost. Right.
This is the key structural detail making it so high density. You only get, 15 to 30 seconds rest between the individual moves within a round.
Wow, that's short.
It is. You only earn that longer break, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, after you've finished all 5 moves in the round.
So that minimal recovery, that's deliberate to keep the intensity sky high for muscle fatigue and calorie burn.
Exactly. It's the mechanism.
Okay, so as someone looking at this, maybe you're a beginner, you see 15 seconds rest between, say, jump squats and lunges.
Yeah.
You might wonder, is that even enough time to keep good form for all 3 rounds?
Yeah, that's a fair question. It's definitely a trade-off. A beginner might need to edge closer to that 30-second mark, maybe even slightly reduce the reps initially.
But the goal is clear.
The intent is to keep that heart rate up. The body's forced to adapt, to work while it's still recovering. That's a huge challenge for stability and endurance.
Let's break down the 5 moves in each round. Looking at the progression here, it starts with the foundation, the standard squat. Yep, your basic compound movement. Usually looking at 12 to 15 reps here. And the analysis isn't just about bending your knees, right? It's about engaging that whole posterior chain.
So glutes and hamstring.
Right. The key instruction is making sure you drive up through your heels. That shifts the work back there instead of letting the quads dominate everything.
Okay, so controlled power first, then bam, you flip the switch immediately to explosive power with jump squats. Fewer reps here, about 10. High impact.
This transition is designed for metabolic stress. Massive demand. You're firing up those fast-twitch muscle fibers.
And there's a note here about landing.
Critical note. Land softly. Knees bent. That slowing down part, the deceleration, it's just as important for your joints and muscle control as the actual jump up.
My legs are kind of burning just thinking about that transition. Controlled squats straight into explosive ones are really trying to empty the tank fast.
They are. No messing around.
Okay, next move. We shift to reverse lunges. This is a unilateral move, 1 leg at a time, about 12 reps per leg.
Yeah, and this is where stability training really comes in. Stepping backward into a lunge demands more balance than stepping forward.
Ah, interesting.
So you're hitting the quads, glutes, hamstrings, obviously.
Yeah,
But crucially, you're also improving proprioception,
proprioception.
your body's sense of where it is in space.
Yeah,
Balance, coordination, it all gets challenged here.
got it. So after all that standing work, we finally hit the floor. First isolation move, the glute bridge. About 15 reps.
Right. This serves a couple of purposes.
Right.
First, it really isolates the glutes, make sure they get fully fatigued, especially if they were maybe playing second fiddle during the squats.
Okay.
Second, it's actually a good stabilizing move for your lower back. The main cue is to actively squeeze your glutes hard at the top when your hips are lifted and lower down slowly.
Yeah.
Maximize that time under tension.
Squeeze at the top, lower slow. Got it. And the final move in the round, the one that cements the fatigue. The wall sit. 30 seconds.
The wall sit. It's kind of the perfect closer for that dynamic sequence.
Oh,
well, you've just exhausted the muscles dynamically through movement, right?
Right.
Now you force them to hold a really challenging static position. Isometrically.
Knees at 90 degrees, back flat against the wall, core tight.
Exactly. Those instructions just ensure you're getting maximum recruitment from the quads and also engaging your core for stability. You're basically stacking all the fatigue from the first 4 exercises right into this final hold.
Brutal. Okay, so imagine you've somehow survived those 3 rounds. That sounds like a real feat of endurance. But then there's this optional intensity spike listed, a 2-minute finisher. Why tack on something optional right at the very end like that?
Think of the finisher as like an insurance policy.
Insurance.
Yeah. If you felt like, okay, I maybe could have pushed a tiny bit harder, or you just want to absolutely guarantee you've left nothing in the tank,
This is it. Okay.
it's designed to push those muscles to total failure very quickly. High reps, often with a smaller range of motion.
And this finisher includes pulse squats. 20 reps, staying low, never fully standing up.
Exactly. Yeah. Keeps constant tension on those quads and glutes that are already screaming at you.
And then calf raises, 25 reps.
Yep. And including calf raises is actually pretty smart. Calves often get missed in basic bodyweight stuff.
It's true.
So this ensures every major lower body muscle group has been hit hard, fully taxed, before you finally move into recovery.
Right. So after all that high intensity, finisher or not, we get to the final step. Non-negotiable, it says. The 3 to 5 minute cool down and stretch.
Essential.
Now, this part is labeled critical, but let's be honest, this is probably the first thing people skip if they're short on time.
Oh, absolutely. Big mistake, though.
Why? Why should you, the listener, really treat this as essential, not optional?
Because skipping the cool down basically undermines a lot of the benefit from the last 20 minutes.
How?
Well, think about it. When you exercise intensely, your muscles shorten up, they get tight, they fill up with metabolic byproducts, waste products.
Okay.
Stretching helps facilitate blood flow to flush that waste out. It improves flexibility, prevents muscles from seizing up, which translates directly to less soreness the next day and better mobility long term.
So it's the recovery that lets you actually do the next workout, day 4 or whatever it is.
Exactly. It prepares you to come back strong.
And this routine is specific again. It lists 4 key stretches to make sure you cover the main areas you just worked.
Yeah, they target the muscles that did the heavy lifting. You've got the standing quad stretch, absolutely essential after all those squats and lunges.
30 seconds per leg.
Then the hamstring stretch, that classic forward fold, hold for 30 seconds, addresses all the tension built up during those compound moves.
Right. And the last 2, seated figure 4 and the hip flexor stretch.
The seated figure 4 is brilliant. It gets deep into the glutes and also that piriformis area. Muscles that were working hard, pushing and stabilizing you the whole time.
Yep.
And finally, the hip flexor stretch. So important, especially if you sit a lot. That lunge position stretch really opens up the front of the hips, which can get tight from sitting and also from the lunging itself.
And holding each for 30 seconds per side, that's like the minimum effective dose.
That seems to be the guidance here. Yeah, enough time to signal recovery and encourage the muscles to lengthen out again.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean? We've basically dissected how to structure a really comprehensive, full-spectrum lower body workout. From that dynamic warm-up through compound moves, explosive stuff, static holds, even that optional finisher, and then the critical cool down.
And all within that tight 25-minute window using only body weight. It really is a masterclass in strategic efficiency.
It is. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, its success seems to lie in that careful sequencing.
Absolutely. The blend of different types of muscle contractions, dynamic, explosive, isometric holds, combined with that high-density, low-rest format.
That's what drives the results. Stability, strength, calorie burn.
That's what achieves those aggressive goals, yes. It's very cleverly put together.
We started this deep dive looking for maybe a shortcut to understanding efficient bodyweight training. And I think we found a really well-structured template here.
Definitely a solid example.
So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. Consider the placement, the almost malicious placement maybe, of the glute bridge just before the wall sit in each round.
Okay. Interesting point.
By isolating and really fatiguing the glutes and hamstrings right before you ask them to help stabilize your torso during that tough static wall sit, How does that specific sequence change the challenge? How does it alter the muscular endurance required for that final hold?
Yeah, it forces other muscles, maybe smaller stabilizers, or just forces the quads to work even harder without as much support from the back. It definitely makes that wall sit exponentially tougher. Something
Yeah.
to think about.